cruising altitude, you are 6 miles above the Earth. The temperature outside is -60 degrees Celsius. If the aircraft stopped working right now, you would have roughly 90 seconds before the cabin became unsurvivable. And yet, flying is the safest form of travel ever invented. The reason it is safe is because of every crash that came before it, every broken piece of wreckage analyzed, every black box decoded, every mistake written into law. The planes flying safely today were built on the lessons from the ones that didn't. These are 12 of those crashes. Every one changed aviation forever. Here is every plane crash explained. July 25th, 2000. Charles de Gaulle Airport, Paris, 4:42 p.m. The Concorde is not a normal aircraft. It flies at twice the speed of sound, 60,000 feet, New York to Paris in 3 hours. As it accelerates down the runway, it passes over a piece of metal strip that had fallen from another aircraft. The strip punctures a tire. The tire explodes. A chunk of rubber hits the fuel tank at 300 miles per hour. The fuel tank does not rupture, but it bulges, and the pressure wave ignites the leaking fuel. Engine 1 and Engine 2 are on fire. The crew doesn't know yet. The tower does. The tower calls, "Concorde, you have flames behind you." The Concorde is already past the point where it can stop. It is going too fast to abort, too slow to climb. It stayed airborne for 77 seconds after the fire began. Then it rolled and came down. 113 people died, 100 on board. 9 in the hotel it struck on the ground. The Concorde was grounded, investigated, modified, briefly returned to service, then retired forever. December 21st, 1988, 7:02 p.m. over Lockerbie, Scotland. Pan Am Flight 103 is 38 minutes out of London Heathrow, 31,000 feet, heading for New York. Inside the forward cargo hold, a Semtex bomb hidden inside a Toshiba cassette player detonates. The blast is 25 grams of explosive, smaller than a bar of soap. It tears a 20-inch hole in the fuselage. At 31,000 feet, a 20-inch hole is catastrophic. The aircraft breaks apart in 3 seconds. 259 people on board, 11 on the ground in Lockerbie, 270 dead total. The nose section landed largely intact. Passengers were found still in their seats, seatbelts fastened. Investigators recovered 10,000 pieces of wreckage across 845 square miles of Scotland. A Libyan intelligence officer was eventually convicted. The attack changed airport security worldwide, forever. March 8th, 2014, 12:42 a.m. Kuala Lumpur International Airport. Malaysia Airlines. Flight MH370 takes off for Beijing. 227 passengers, 12 crew. Routine flight. At 1:19 a.m., the co-pilot makes the final radio transmission. Good night, Malaysian 370. Then, the transponder goes off. The aircraft disappears from civilian radar. Military radar tracks something. A plane, turning, flying west, away from Beijing, deliberately. For 7 hours and 38 minutes, MH370 continues to fly, somewhere Nobody knows where. The search becomes the most expensive in aviation history. 120,000 square kilometers of ocean floor searched. Flaperon debris washes ashore on Reunion Island. More pieces follow. 27 confirmed fragments. That's all. 239 people. A Boeing 777. No confirmed final resting place. No confirmed cause. No confirmed explanation. June 1st, 2009. 2:10 a.m. Over the South Atlantic Ocean. Turbulence ahead. Air France 447 is flying from Rio de Janeiro to Paris. An Airbus A330. 228 people on board. Ice crystals clog the pitot tubes, the sensors that measure airspeed. All three give different readings. The autopilot has conflicting data. It does the only logical thing. It disconnects. The aircraft is handed to the pilots at 2:10 a.m. in the dark, in turbulence, over open ocean. The junior pilot does something that makes no sense. He pulls back on the stick. The nose goes up. The aircraft enters an aerodynamic stall. The stall warning sounds 75 times in 4 minutes. The aircraft enters an aerodynamic stall. The stall warning sounds 75 times in 4 minutes. The aircraft hits the ocean at 11,000 feet per minute, intact. No structural failure until impact. 228 people. The black boxes were found 2 years later, nearly 4,000 meters underwater. March 24th, 2015. 10:01 a.m. 38,000 feet over the French Alps. Germanwings. Flight 9525. Barcelona to Düsseldorf. 150 people on board. The captain leaves the cockpit for a routine bathroom break. The door locks behind him. Co-pilot Andreas Lubitz is alone. He waits 20 seconds, then sets the altitude to 100 feet. The aircraft begins to descend, steadily, deliberately, toward the mountains. The captain returns. He knocks. No answer. He knocks harder, calls out. Silence. Passengers can be heard on the CVR asking what is happening, then screaming. At 10:41 a.m., the aircraft strikes a mountain at 700 kilometers per hour. Everything ends instantly. 150 people, including 16 German high school students on a class trip. March 10th, 2019, 8:38 a.m., Addis Ababa, Ethiopia. 6 minutes after takeoff, the aircraft has crashed. All 157 dead. The cause? MCAS. A software system Boeing built to compensate for the MAX's heavier engines. The pilots fight it. Pull back. MCAS pushes down again. And again. And again. They had no training on MCAS. Boeing had not told airlines it existed. September 2nd, 1998, 10:14 p.m., 33,000 feet over the Atlantic. Swissair Flight 111. Geneva to New York, an MD-11. The crew smells smoke. They declare a pan-pan. Urgent, but not yet an emergency. Begin diverting to Halifax. The fire is not in the engine. It's in the in-flight entertainment wiring above the cockpit, spreading fast. The aircraft hits the water 8 nautical miles from shore. At night, at high speed. No survivors. July 19th, 1989. 3:16 p.m. 37,000 feet over Iowa. No hydraulics means no control of the aircraft. No rudder, no elevators, no ailerons. Nothing. By pure chance, a DC-10 instructor pilot is in the passenger cabin. He walks to the cockpit. 3 men fly an uncontrollable aircraft using only engine thrust. Throttle left to turn right, right to turn left. They set up for Sioux City Airport, a crash landing on a closed runway. The fire trucks are waiting. May 11th, 1996, 2:04 p.m., 7 minutes after takeoff from Miami. Electrical systems begin to fail. The crew smells smoke, declares emergency. The aircraft rolls, inverts, plunges into the Florida Everglades at 507 miles per hour. 110 people. The Everglades absorbed almost everything. Recovery was nightmarish.